It's a murder investigation. The words echoed in my mind, a relentless pulse drumming against my temples. I'm Claire, just an ordinary woman, but my heart was racing like a runaway train. Daniel, my childhood friend, had vanished. The panic spread through our quiet town, mingled with whispers of bodies found beneath the old oak tree. Goosebumps prickled my skin every time the police car slowed by my house. They called me in for questioning. My hands trembled, clammy against the unforgiving metal of the Did she know more than she let on? My chest tightened at the thought, a lump rising as I replayed her startled eyes when they mentioned Daniel's name. That night, shadows danced on the walls. The darkness felt alive. I stared out into the emptiness, the stillness pressing down like a weight. Suddenly, the door creaked. My heart leapt. Was it Daniel? No, just a stray cat. But the surge of hope crushed into despair. Each sound felt amplified, a banging heartbeat echoing my anxiety. I couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was lurking just beyond my sight. I pulled up old photographs, memories of laughter and careless joy. But as I studied Daniel's smile, a chill slithered over me. What if those memories hid secrets darker than I could comprehend? The silence in our small town grew thick with tension, and a shadow loomed over my family. A pulse of hidden truths throbbed just out of reach. "Claire, you need to stop digging," my best friend Sarah argued, her frantic eyes filled with worry. But how could I? Wasn't it my duty to unravel the threads of this nightmare? Each twist of the story unraveled more confusion. Secrets festered like an open wound within the people I trusted most. What if they were linked to Daniel's disappearance? The air crackled, and I stood at the edge of a dark cliff, ready to leap. What awaited me in that abyss? The thought sent tremors through my body. I reached for my phone, fingers hovering over a number that could lead to answers. Just then, a loud crash echoed outside. Panic seized me, freezing my breath. I dashed to the window, heart thudding. A figure darted through the trees, shrouded in darkness. What was it? A threat? My pulse raced, dread coursing through me like ice. I had to know. Before I could think, my feet propelled me forward. But what if the real horror awaited within the walls of my own home? What if uncovering the truth meant facing the unspeakable? "It's not over," I murmured to myself, dread pooling in my gut. Before you go on, let me tell you something. A lot of people have been saying that YouTube, out of nowhere, unsubscribes them from the channel. Take a quick look to make sure the red button is on. That way you won't miss any of the videos still to come. And while you're at it, hit the like button, because it really helps me keep bringing you stories like this. Oh, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know. My breath hitched as I watched the figure vanish into the dark. Was that just fear playing tricks on me? My heart thundered, but before I could process anything, the front door swung open. "Claire!" Mom's voice trembled, her eyes wide with panic. "Mom, what's—" But she pressed a shaking finger to her lips, urgency in her gaze, tearing at me. "Please, come here." I followed her into the living room, where a flicker of light illuminated a crumpled letter on the table. My stomach twisted. The words were barely legible, but I caught Daniel's name. "You have to read this. It's about him and us." My mind raced as I unfolded it, dread pooling at the base of my throat. I gasped. Every word pierced deeper than a knife. Secrets I never expected. The letter revealed a confrontation between my mother and Daniel. Secret meetings, late-night whispers. They'd kept something monumental from me. "No, this can't be real," I stammered, tears springing to my eyes. "How could you?" "Claire, listen," she pleaded, fear and regret etched across her face. But the weight of betrayal crushed me. I couldn't look at her. The room spun. Everything you told me was a lie, I shouted, the walls echoing my disbelief. Why were you meeting him? What else don't I know? What's done is done, Claire. We did it to protect you, she sobbed, her face a mask of anguish. But all I felt was fury and betrayal. Then, a noise outside broke through the storm of my thoughts. A growl, low and menacing. I rushed to the window. My heart dropped. The figure reappeared. Not just a stranger, but someone I recognized. A face from my past. It was Sarah, my closest friend. But her eyes were wild, frantic, as if she were running from something or someone. Claire, she screamed, her voice trembling with panic. You need to forget everything. They're coming for you. The world tilted again. The air thickened. I felt the walls closing in. My mind raced. What had I stumbled into? Just then, a deafening crash echoed from the back. A sinister reminder that the nightmares I feared were only just beginning. What other truths lay buried in the shadows? I pressed my forehead against the cool glass, staring at Sarah's frantic face. What do you mean? They're coming for me. Panic surged, gnawing at my insides. A part of me wanted to bolt, to run past her and out the back door. But every instinct screamed to stay. Claire, they know. They found out about the letter. Her voice cracked, and I felt a jolt in my chest. My mother had been hiding things, big things. You need to trust me. I only wanted to protect you. A searing anger bubbled within me. Protect me from what? Or who? She hesitated, the silence thick with unsaid things. Your father, he's not who you think he is. The words hit like a punch. My father? I felt dizzy. What do you mean? Daniel, he wasn't just a friend to him. There were deals, dark things, dangerous people. A cold sweat dripped down my spine. You're lying! But her expression was grave. The walls felt like they were closing in. I staggered back, my heart hammering. My whole life felt like ash in my mouth. Claire, listen! But then, a loud crash echoed through my house, snapping me back to the present. My breath caught. What had I awakened? Sarah, we need to... Suddenly, the lights flickered, and everything plunged into darkness. A heavy silence engulfed us. Look, she whispered, pointing toward the front door, wide open. Fear clawed at my throat. Shadows moved. I felt my heartbeat in my ears, a frantic drum. What do we do? Run! We bolted for the back door, but the darkness loomed, swallowing everything whole. Had I really wanted to know the truth? I felt a rush of cold air as Sarah dragged me through the back door. I could hardly breathe. My heart pounded, each beat a reminder of the fear gnawing at me. Shadows flickered just behind us. Claire, she urged, panic tightening her eyes. We shouldn't be here. But the words cut me deep. Why are you so scared, Sarah? What do you know? Her face twisted, a mixture of regret and determination. I didn't want to tell you. But your father, he killed Daniel. I gasped, the world spinning. You're lying. No, Claire, it was an accident, over money, but it's true. My stomach twisted. You've known all this time? I had to protect you. Protect me? My throat was tight, anger spilling into chaotic waves. I can't trust you. You're a part of this too. Outside, a howl interrupted our confrontation. What had I done? What had I just uncovered? My breath hitched. The shadows were closing in. And then I realized how deluded I'd been, thinking I could find the truth without unraveling the lies that bound us. Sarah, who else is involved? but her gaze was fixed on the door. I felt my breath quicken. "Please, answer me." The silence shattered like glass. "Claire," she whispered, "we need to go." But my feet froze. Was my life built on a foundation of deceit? The weight of betrayal was a shard in my heart. Had I really wanted to know? Outside, the night loomed heavy. What awaited us in the dark? My heart pounded in my chest, a wild drum echoing in my ears. "Your father killed Daniel?" The words hung heavy, a weight that pulled me down, choking my breath. I staggered back, the truth slashing through me. Trust shattered like glass. My knees weakened. "Claire, please," Sarah whispered, desperation flooding her voice. "No! How could you not tell me? You were my best friend." Rage surged. I felt the tears sting my eyes. They burned, raw and unrelenting. "Let me explain." A crash. The door slammed open, splintering the air. A figure loomed in the entrance, dark and menacing. "Step away from her," a voice boomed. It was my father. I froze. Terror clawed at my throat. "Dad, what are you doing?" The look on his face was inscrutable. A mask of anger mixed with something else. Fear? "Claire, get behind me," he commanded, but my feet wouldn't move. The world spun. Was my protector really the monster? I glanced at Sarah, who stood trembling, eyes wide with dread. "What else don't I know?" I whispered, the question bursting forth like bile. His eyes narrowed. "You think you're ready for the truth?" I felt sick. "Tell me." In that moment, everything shattered. A chilling realization clawed at me. What was the cost of truth? The silence between us thickened, heavy with impossible choices. Would knowing change everything, or destroy what little I had left? The shadows gathered, and dread settled deep in my bones. The darkness felt alive. "Claire," my father's voice dropped, low and chilling. "You've got it all wrong. I didn't kill Daniel." My heart stuttered. Confusion twisted in my gut. "What do you mean?" A flicker of pain flashed in his eyes. "He threatened us. Your mother and me. If I hadn't acted." The air thickened. "Acted? What did you do?" Panic clawed at my throat, squeezing. He hesitated. "He was involved in something bigger than you know. Drug deals, money laundering, things I tried to protect you from." "Protect me?" My voice cracked, ice spreading in my chest. "You lied." Not just me. Sarah, she knew. Every word felt like a punch. "Sarah?" Then, in a gut-wrenching moment, I saw it. My father's fear was not for me, but for himself. "I didn't want to hurt anyone," he whispered, shaking. "But they'll come for us. They know what happened." The room fell silent, a quiet storm brewing. I felt lost, adrift in a sea of deception. Who is they? And as my father's gaze dropped, I knew the truth was more horrifying than any nightmare. Rage bubbled up, mixing with dread. "Did you kill him?" I whispered, breath hitching. Then the shadows outside loomed closer. I turned to Sarah. Fear etched across her face. And in that instant, I saw the betrayal reflecting back at me. I didn't mean for any of this to happen," she choked out, tears glistening. The world felt like it was collapsing. Outside, a whispering wind seemed to promise that worse was coming. What had I walked into? Knowing, or not knowing, could end everything. What would I lose next? My heart felt like a drum in my chest, pounding painfully against my ribs. "What do you mean, Dad?" I whispered, stepping back, dread washing over me. Shadows clung to his face, and I could barely breathe. Sarah's eyes glazed over. She was losing it. Claire, I didn't mean for you to find out like this. Behind my father, a flicker of something sinister moved in the darkness. Claire! He grabbed my arm, his grip like iron. I have to tell you, he wasn't just a friend. He was tied up with them, with the cartel. My stomach twisted. Why didn't you send him away? This is bigger than all of us. It's about more than just family. The chill in his voice sank into my bones. My breath caught. Claire. The tremor in Sarah's voice was unsettling. There's one more thing you both don't know. What? I begged, my heart racing. What now? They used me to find you. They don't just want your father. They want you. Time froze. I staggered backward, the walls closing in, a thick haze pressing down, suffocating. No! The word was a broken scream. Okay, we need to get out of here, my father urged, panic erupting on his face. But I couldn't move. The betrayal felt like shards of glass buried deep in my skin. Claire? Shut up! I shouted suddenly, shocking myself as the reality of it all crashed down. All of you lied. You brought this upon us. As my father's desperate eyes pleaded for understanding, a heavy silence filled the room. The shadows loomed closer. Where were we supposed to go now? I felt the air leave my lungs. What? My body trembled, cold sweat trickling down my back. What do you mean, they want me? Sarah's face twisted in agony. Your father. He's not just a dealer in their world. He was the one who got Daniel involved. I staggered back, my heart thundered. No! No! Listen, Claire. It was all part of a plan. Daniel was meant to be a pawn for leverage, but he wanted out. He tried to protect you and your father. I couldn't breathe. My head spun. You're lying. Her eyes widened. I wish I were, but there's more. Your father, he's been feeding them information. It was him all along. He arranged for Daniel to be silenced. Deafening silence engulfed us. My world shrank. I felt hot bile rise in my throat. Dad, how could you? Claire, his face twisted, desperate. It wasn't supposed to go this far. A wretched scream suffocated me. Everything I knew splintered like glass. The shadows outside whispered. Who else been involved in the deception? What have you done? And before I could process, a loud crash from the front sent a jolt of panic through me. Were they coming for me too? The crash jolted me from my spiraling thoughts. Heart racing, I whipped around. The door hung ajar, shadows spilling in. Panic flooded my veins. What now? Claire! My father's voice quaked. Stay back. But I was frozen, suffocating in the truth unfolding before me. My father, my protector, was actually the monster. How could you? Just then, Sarah stepped forward, her face pale, trembling. It's not just your father, Claire. My breath hitched. What more is there? She shuddered, tears glistening. I'm his daughter too. I'm your sister. A wave of nausea crashed over me. What? It felt like the ground dissolved beneath my feet. You're lying. No, it's true. Her voice broke. That's why I tried to protect you. We're all in this together now. Rage, shock, and disbelief pummeled me. You've been using me, lying to me your whole life? Silence wrapped around us like a noose. Outside, a distant sound erupted, a sinister laugh echoing through the night. And as realization set in, the shadows crept closer. What had I walked into? Who could I trust now? The shadows crept closer, a tangible dread pooling in my gut. Sarah, how could you? How could you keep this from me? My voice trembled as the weight of betrayal threatened to crush me. I wanted to protect you, Claire, she cried. But the sincerity felt hollow, a shell of truth buried under layers of lies. Then, as if summoned by our turmoil, footsteps thundered outside. My father, panic-stricken, grabbed my arm. "We have to go, now!" Without hesitation, I turned toward the door, heart racing. Whatever horror awaited would not claim me lightly. Outside, the air was electric, charged with urgency. "Run!" Sarah shouted, her voice piercing the enveloping darkness. We dashed into the night, the trees closing in like sinister specters. But I could feel something shifting within me. No more secrets. I'd confront the truth, whatever that meant. Together, we forged into the unknown. Family or not, I'd reach for my own destiny. One step at a time, I wouldn't allow fear to guide my path. Not anymore. If you enjoyed this gripping story, you need to subscribe now. This is the moment to show your support. Don't wait any longer to share. Press the like button to help the algorithm and ensure you're notified of the next exclusive tales. I want to hear your reactions and theories about this ending. Share in the comments below. And please, share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this conclusion. If you liked my story, keep going and watch the next one that's appearing now. I think it will move you too.